It's your man who did it this time, coming at you with another episode, another installment to the classic series of driving lessons. And on this episode of driving lessons, we are going to concentrate on going for a joyride. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are going for a joyride. Similar to the Elevation series, we're going to highlight, man, on giving God the glory. Being full of joy, man. And the reason why I chose to do going for a joyride on this driving lessons is because I'm coming home from work as we speak right now. It's cold as bricks. I just had a very impactful and emotional session. Yes, I said emotional, so what? We need to be more educated on emotional intelligence as men and understand that it's a part of life, it's a part of development. That's why I'm bringing forth this fire tonight. But yeah, going for a joyride, comparing going for a joyride from the vehicular aspect, looking at it from the vehicle, to applying it to our daily lives, man. I know when you hear going for a joyride, you automatically think, is this dude talking about stealing a ride like on the movie New Jersey Drive or Gone in 30 Seconds or that classic Silk the Shocker Hot Boy scene? Negative. The only thing I'm trying to steal is your hearts and minds for a split second. I'm aware that tonight is the so-called holiday of Valentine's Day, and y'all should already know I ain't got the time or patience to get into this pagan holiday. Absolutely not. I love my woman. I suggest you love your women too. It ends and it starts with her in a lot of ways. Other than dealing with the Most High, I love women to a fault. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're talking about stealing hearts and minds of the subscribers and the viewers and getting them to understand that it's time to give God some glory. He's the one that gave me the drive, and that's not a play on words. Gave me the drive and the passion to want to go out and get a job and a career from back in the day when I had a hoopty. Back in the day when I had that rusty 10-speed. And I don't know what y'all call them in y'all states, but here in Appalachia we call them big wheels. The power wheels. Hand-me-down power wheels. And busted up bikes with training wheels on them. I remember them days, man. I remember them days waiting for the bus. Trying to get a job, man, at certain spots, or asking for a ride and paying my boys with the snaps. Who had the snaps on the petrol? But when you sit back and think about them days, man, them days of being back when you had no real money, no idea what you was going to do. No real education about the educational system. No real education on what your self-worth was, self-love. I just wanted to give God some glory, man. Joyride. Sometimes you just gotta take one, man. Like, look, if you going out to pick up your children, or you going to the gym, or going to the grocery store, or the supermarket, some of y'all places, how you not gonna give God no glory, man, and not get a joyous feeling in your heart? It's like a burst of energy, burst of emotion. Something as simplistic as just knowing where you used to be. It don't have to be rocket science. You've evolved into this holistic human being. And no, I'm not talking about the meaning of evolution in the narcissistic way or the atheist way of thinking about things. No, the real meaning of evolution. You are not the man or woman that you used to be. Don't that bring joy to your heart? Tears of joy, almost like Aaron Donald's little speech at the end of the so-called Super Bowl yesterday. I definitely believe some of that stuff is rigged and script, and there's a lot of fictional storylines when it comes to the NFL not for long league. But when you saw that dude tearing up and crying, that's because of the work he put in, and he knows about them nights, them sleepless nights of putting in that time in the weight room and running those sprints. And shout out to that dude, because he's from around the way. He's from the crib. So I'm always, look for our Western Pennsylvania brothers. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. When you see them tears of joy, man, some of us should be able to relate to that, man. And it ain't got nothing to do with a sport or a game. It got something to do with where you are in life. A joyride. Sometimes we sit back and think of the brothers that used to be in the ride with us that are no longer here. YouTube took down my video about time, because maybe I was talking about, just those times in life where the brothers and sisters that used to roll with us, they're no longer here, man. And that's enough to choke you up. Some of them got taken in the whirlwind of life. Chose drugs as a path, or selling drugs and getting murdered in the street. Some of them just got petty on you, like a petty woman or a petty brother who really ain't a man when they that petty. That's what females do. No disrespect to the female subscribers. Men should never be petty. Shouldn't be, that is. But you think about that. You think about that, and you don't get emotional sometimes. In a good way. Like, wow, look how far we done came. Let's go for the joyride. Because without that feeling of joy, that's a slap in the Most High's face. That's a slap in God's face. You don't never have moments of joy. You can't never crack a smile. You can't never tear up because of how good he's been to you. Then you need to get away from me and unsubscribe for real. Because, for as much negativity as we see in this hellhole, and obviously I make a lot of videos, the devil in the details, and highlighting, the Luciferian ways of the left wing and the rituals of the right wing. And hey, look, man, I'm all for that. Having the third eye and being attached to the hip when it comes to knowing how the Father that created me to seep out the snakes and the snake oil, fractured faithless people's faith is fractured, whatever way you want to put on it. But not on this driving lesson deserves just a joy, man. I talked to my homeboy yesterday, man, Jacob Israel. Just how far we done come, man, to the point where, I don't want to put too much information out, but our children are going to know each other, man. They're going to communicate one day. Other brothers that I, have talked to and, have shared youthful and childhood memories, our children are going to know each other, man. They're going to worship together one day. They're going to have no excuses of not knowing men of the Lord and women of the Lord, because our wives and our children are going to be intertwined. All that deserves a moment of clarity, man. A moment of letting the Most High know I appreciate you. A joyride. Some of you YouTube content creators, you don't ever sit back and think that, who gave you that drive? Not a play on words again. Who gave you that? Who gave you that platform? That moment to say, I'm going to make a YouTube page or a Patreon. Gave you those sharp ideas, and some of you brothers have linguistic intelligence, emotional intelligence, musical intelligence. That ain't by happenstance, man. Albeit you might want to go and look in the mirror and say you did that, but you're a fool if that's the way you think. And I pray for you. But yeah, I don't want to tarry too much longer, man. I just wanted to say, man, I'm going for a joyride. And when we compare this This vehicle that I'm in right now to the spiritual and physical body, I suggest you go on a joyride. Sometimes you just go for a walk, man. Go for a drive. They say some people cry in the car. Not here. Not right now. Not no tears of pain or sadness. If there's any tears, it's just tears of joy. I'm very thankful, man, and grateful. And I just wanted to share that with you all. This is your man Who Did It. Who Did It this time, coming at you with another episode, another installment to the classic series of driving lessons. And on this, we're going to concentrate once again on going for that joyride. I suggest you all do it. Not physically, but spiritually. Go for that joyride, similar to the Elevation series. Everything that I do is for the greater good of the Most High and nothing else. Y'all be well. Peace.